Hey everyone, Josh here. So today we're doing a video on taillight restoration. So this one's all yellowed out here in the reverse. This one's got a little bit of soot inside. This one's not terrible. And this one's got a couple deep scratches. I think somebody hit it with a shelf. But we're not doing the restoration on these ones. I bought these T2 facelifted taillights. So the difference with these, I've got a light, I don't think I call it a smoke, but they're, I don't know if you can see that, but they're not quite as red. They're a little bit darker. Anyways, so I bought those. So the trunk ones had the same thing. The inside was dirty. So that was gonna be fine. I could clean that. The other issue was my wife was being nice and brought these out to the shop and then painted something out in the shop. So they're covered in overspray. So these two here, they're all oversprayed, and these two here, I've buffed them off, and I've taken this one apart and cleaned in here yet. So they're not 100%, like they got some chipping and stuff like that, but I think they'll be nicer than what I've got on here right now. I've got some other issues to be fixing, like my rust, but I got a couple taillights out, so I figured it was time to just throw these on before they get painted again. So we're gonna take the trunk one apart first, clean it out, and then buff the last two. Okay, so this is just nice and easy. This, you just have the two tabs right there for the red piece. And then this one, same type of deal, there, and there. Okay, so the plan for this one here now is to buff it. We had all those parts back together actually in there first, and then we'll buff it. So you can get headlight restoration kits with sandpaper and stuff. I find it's not that bad, just a lot of like surface scuffing. Versus like when you're doing headlights, you need to actually get oxidization off of. So I wouldn't bother sanding it. The main thing would be cutting cream or a polishing cream. I think the cutting cream turned out really nice on those ones. So yeah, we'll cut it, and then we'll just use a wax of some sort to kind of seal it, and then we'll see how that ends up. It's not too bad. Put a little bit of wax on it. So you can see on the inside there's some runs and stuff. I'm not going to get too picky on this. There, so that's number 3 out of 4 that are done. So you can feel the difference, like still some scratches and stuff like that, and the inside of this one's not perfect, but it is what it is. You know, this one, there's some pretty decent scratches. So we'll get started on this one and we'll see how that turns out. That turned out pretty nice, just that little scratch there, which I could probably buff out, try once more, but I am happy with that. Put a little bit of wax on it and it should be good to go. So there's all 4 cleaned up. One thing I noticed about the trunk lights, especially on these ones, they seemed a bit dirtier than mine actually. But the seam on the very bottom, not sure if you can see that. They definitely don't seem like they seal up very well. So I've got a feeling if you don't put any epoxy or silicone, something along those lines in there, they're just gonna end up the same way, and I'm wondering that's what's going on here too. This one didn't, like, at least on those ones, they didn't seem bad. I'm just kind of wondering if it's from the hatch opening and closing a million times over the last 14, 16 years or however old this one is. So that might be something just to check, is to make sure it's down there, and maybe just add some more glue or some silicone, something along those lines, just get that sealed up to keep all the junk out of it. So I'm going to finish this video here just with these clean like this, and then I'm going to do a replacing them video up next, so stay tuned for that one.